Okay, game two. Game two. And the bans are already off to a flying start. Apparently neither team was happy with their mid laner. Because Rumble and BLG and Lucian have both been banned by the teams that were playing it. So this means Pantheon's open from the first game, and I've forgotten BLG's bans. Senna and Aphelios. One of those two is going to be open. And Mordekaiser. So both Senna and Aphelios are open, as well as Pantheon. And despite that, Betty wants the MF. So they're just giving up Aphelios and Senna. And Aphelios is going to be taken away. Okay, I would question that. And I'm going to. Why? Has Betty played anything else? Surely Betty can play one of these champions. Surely Betty can play those. Come on. And they still go for the MF, so they clearly value it a lot. Very, very high priority for RNG. And we're going to get to see Xiao Bao on Lee Sin, and Xiaohu on LeBlanc. So very early, you're showing your cards very early from RNG. Whereas 80 carry to counter, yep, that's fine, and it's Aphelios, makes sense. You pick up your jungler, yeah, alright, yeah, look, junglers are fine. Never mind, junglers are fine. And they've shown that they pick up a jungler to not show two solo lanes or anything. RNG counterpicks their jungler. Okay, that's actually fine. Then it's support and solo lanes. I would lean towards your support pick. Because at the very least then you get to counterpick one lane. Now there's a LeBlanc. They know LeBlanc's going to go mid. LeBlanc will never go top. I mean, it could go top. You could send it top if you wanted. I don't know why you would. So it's going to go mid. So Fofo picks up the Lissandra. And that's all fine. That all makes sense. Yep. So now we're looking at bans. What's the first ban? You're probably looking at pinching the support pool, because you get first pick. So top lane pool then. Okay. Oh well, Shen can be a support, but I think in this case Shen's aimed as a top lane counter, as a top lane ban. So if you're RNG, yeah, you're definitely going for top lanes. You have in mind what you're going to pick, so you'll ban the counter picks to that. Fiora, Fiora's good. Fiora's just a good pick. So BLG is probably going to ban another top laner, because you get first pick, and then pick your top laner. Oh no, they're banning Shen, banning support. So Shen is meant to be a support ban, I think. I don't know. Rakan. Yeah, so that makes sense to me, but I still would have gone like ban Leona, ban Braum, pick Nautilus, that sort of thing. There you go, look, there's the Leona ban. Leona. And they're gonna pick that. And I can see why you'd ban Shen into Leona, if you're picking Leona, because that, Shroud, or whatever it's actually called. But Senna! Oh my god, Senna is open. Yeah, so ban the engaged supports, pick Senna. Morgana. So Morgana's a good one. Actually, yeah, picking center into Leona would have been a terrible idea. Picking Morgana is a much better idea. Much better idea. Now I'm picking for Kingen. Are they just going to reverse the matchup? It's not a bad idea. No, Gangplank. So, they're definitely looking at playing towards the Aphelios in that case. You can clearly see that. The focus is on Aphelios. Just pick it, just play it. You're good. Everyone's happy. Play towards Aphelios, get him fed. And RNG's comp is very much a standard comp. A little bit of you've got the three looking to kill the backline, and Ming is just doing his best to prevent the same happening to Betty. So it's alright. So we'll see how that goes on. We'll just scooch. Where's the game start? Alright. So standard fan. Shahu has snuck into his bush. Judging by the mana, I assume that he started W? No, that's just the angle I'm sitting. That makes it look like he's used mana. No, he has used mana. I actually don't know. I can't tell. Anyway, that's not important. Anyway, both junglers starting red. Leashless. Yep. It's cool. It's fine. Ordinary stuff. Nothing huge to talk about in the runes. Aftershock is still apparently the choice of rune for Lysandra, which it's never going to go away. Xiaolong Bao is making a immediate track into the enemy jungle, but spotted along the way, so I expect they're just going to swap and try to do vertical jungling, and which favors RNG in this case, because it undoes the expected game plan for BLG, because you don't really want to be playing towards a gangplank. It's just not very good. And a good ward. Oh, okay. Meteor gets it. Meteor manages to get it. But that ward from Langzhang. Yeah, Langzhang. I'll get it eventually. Xiaolong Bao's like, I can do that. I can get there in time. And he almost gets it. So, I saw the ward go down. I thought he's just warding him out. Just warding to make sure. See if the response is happening. I didn't expect him to actually do that. But that establishes dominance. It establishes dominance. It means BLG is forced back up into his top side, where he's already taken the Raptors, which Xiaolong Bao can determine from the CS count. And then from there, he's like, okay, now I'm in charge up here. I'm gonna get this crab. Meteor only had Krugs left to get, so he's gonna have to waste time going down to the bot side. So BLG is going to move up first, and they're going to take the crab? No, they're roaming for the mid lane. This is such an interesting decision. Okay. So they're using the fact that Ming roamed first ahead of Betty, and that they would be able to trap Betty off and make it essentially a 4v3. Because look here. Back a bit. So look here. Betty. So they warded here, and then they guessed Ming was in the river. So they're like, Ming's coming, we're coming too. Betty just stood around. And at that point, yeah, just misjudged. Betty just wasted a lot of time. And overall, this means not a lot. Ming going for the relic shield. Yeah, look, I'm a big fan of spell thieves on pretty much anyone who can take it. But even I will concede Morgana should probably be taking relic shield, unless it's into a time catch. That would probably be the only time you're allowed to take it. I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, it's because Morgana doesn't really have any range damage. Like, you have to land your binding for spell damage. You can auto, of course, but you don't really have good poke. You have autos. Zhao Longbao is just bullying Meteor around. Gets the smite. That's just rude. I assume that was his smite. Yeah. That's just rude. Takes it away. Meteor's just kind of been. He's not even falling behind, but it's just irritating. He's being a nuisance, Zhao Longbao is. He's being a pain in the ass. And that's essentially the best way to play a jungler. That's probably the best way to play a jungler. Just be a pain in the ass. If they can't do anything, if they're annoyed, you win. Because they're going to make more mistakes than you are. And thus you can capitalize them and win through more conventional means. Meanwhile, Zhao Longbao has started the dragon. He's sneaking this away. There's really no vision on the map for Bilibili. And that's a bad thing. That's a really bad thing. At least that's free. Like, there wasn't amazing vision from RNG down. It's 6 minutes in the game. But there were 2 controls in the river. 2 control wards in the river. It really was just take it and see if they react. Sitting at the back of the pit so he can ward hop out if needed. King Anne is going all in on this on Lang Xiao. Oh, and Scorch does it. Scorch slash the gameplay passive. All right, so let's watch it. So yeah, lands a barrel, gets the slow, gets the ult down for more slow. Does he pop the? And it just works out. Okay, gets good slow from there. Gets the grass proc. Here, Flash is expecting a barrel combo, but he just hits it for the movement speed and the extra flame. Flashes, hits, gets the passive, Qs again, Scorch, the fire passive, I don't know the name. And that's enough. So first blood solo kill for Kingen. This is really good. It was a really good start for them, for the Gangplank, who should not be doing this well, I don't think. I don't think Gangplank should be winning this matchup so hard. He's got nearly double the CS, and he's just solo killed him. And there hasn't really been any jungle intervention. So, I don't think there's been any at all. This is just smart from Kingen. He's like, I know if I try and barrel combo, he'll flash it. He does flash. So it's just like, yep, cool, I'm here for the movement speed. I'm just going to auto it, not use my Q on it. And I can just run him down. Meanwhile, Betty is loving this. Betty is, however, pretty much winning this bot lane. He's not super far ahead, but he is ahead. Contest on the blue buff is really important. It slows down LeBlanc a lot, and if Fofo can get his own, there's not much issue. There's nothing to worry about for the... Oh no, is it happening again? No, okay. Just some damage. Just gonna force him out of lane. Just constantly forcing him out of lane. And this is where the CS lead is gonna come from. It's coming from sub 30 CS. It hasn't grown since we last checked on him. He's got a tower plate too. Oh, it's just bad. It's just bad times being Langjang. It's just bad news. It's having another plate goes down. He's in range for it apparently. That he's in range for, but they're gonna use this back timing. They know he's backed off, so they're gonna use it and try to start the Rift Herald. The bot lane's rotating up, but Meteor and Fofo are here to defend it. They're here to dissuade the Herald until the bot lane arrives, which it now has. They've managed to get it to reset. That's good. The waves are actually in... The bot wave is slightly in RNG's favor. So if they stall this out long enough, they will get a bit of chip. A little bit of damage. But BLG respond to that by just saying, no, look, we're in mid. You have to leave it. You have to go away. But in this case, they've managed to set it up so that Kingen has to play 1v2 for a bit. But now the bot's fully rotated. We're upside down now. We're in my wheelhouse. We're in my wheelhouse now. It's Australia time. So, Shelly's fine. Shelly is the objective that teams are playing for. Except now the Drake's coming up. So we're going to see Mountain or Cloud. Cloud would be huge for both of these teams, really, actually. Both of these teams have really impactful ults. The bullet time is of course super impactful, but the make it rain from above, fire at will, cannon barrage, that's the name. That's also really important. The explosive cask, the frozen tomb, solar flare, just really impactful ults. But Lee Sin kick's also big. The person who probably wants it the least is LeBlanc. But, you know, being able to double distort more often is never a bad thing. So far, nothing's really happened. Junglers are just... At this point, junglers are just shadowing. Xiaolong Bao's looking to make a play onto Gangplank, I think. Yep, he's edging out. Yep, he's edging out. There he is. Something's happening. Yep, Kingan's gonna go down. There we are. Saw the fight mid lane. But the actual fight was bot lane. Ah, the actual fun stuff. Meteor's just gonna pick up this Herald. While this is going on. He saw the jungle bot. Saw a lot of focus mid. And he's probably going to drop it. Okay, with Xiaohu coming up, yeah, they're definitely dropping it for the tempo. BLG managed to grab that. Oh yeah, I remember that. They grabbed the dragon. I remember them grabbing it. That was fine. Will they escort it to another charge? No, they won't. Yes, they will. Okay, so it got its second charge off. That's not super important, but oh, we're seeing this again. Just caught in, dragged in by, and then yeah. Oh, so yeah, he did his best there. Like, really quick on the moves. He with orange flash tries to get away, but he's not able to flash far enough because flash. Oh bollocks! Oh bollocks! Control Z? No. Okay. Where were we? Yeah, there we are. Perfect. Alright, so flash kick. So dashes behind and kicks. Orange flash isn't able to get far enough, so he's just face to face when the Q hits him, and from there it's just you can't do anything. And from there, he just ran down. But so he gets taken down. And that's unfortunate when you're Kingen. Is that a hard G or soft G? Kingen, I think it is. Yeah, it's Kingen. Okay. I should do this before. I should learn them beforehand. Yeah. So where are we at right now? Right now we're at 1.3 gold in the lead for BLG. That lead is mostly in the top lane. There's a little bit in the mid lane. But then there's the single tower. But even with that tower, Betty's ahead. He's a full crit click ahead. Oh, well. He got free boots. So. Actually, I don't know. Jinjiao might have gotten free boots as well. But, anyway. So, bot lane's ahead on the side of RNG. Oh, yeah, that's a combo. Can't interrupt that. Xiaolong Bao is just here to make sure Kingen does not get any further ahead. Well, Fofo's just sort of chipping away at the tower. Meteor and Jinmo are coming down. They must have been spotted on the ward here, I assume, because Nanshin started backing off. Oh no. Ward here, I think. Either way, he's been informed that they've been gone missing. He starts backing off. And he's gonna try and contest as best he can, but there's nothing much for it. Tower trade, top for bottom. There's I don't know, with the extra men, there's actually with the extra manpower, it's actually a lot fast. It's actually the health difference that's able to be caught up, and now they're able to push down. They're probably going to get the second, while RNG has to back off from top lane. So, huge win and proper allocation of resource from BLG. Able to just basically out rotate. You've got more men. You've got more push power. You're able to do that so much better. And in this case, right now, because of that, with the fact 4 of them are together, there was a little bit of time there, but the Drake wasn't up yet. By the way, it's Cloudcell. Drake wasn't up yet. RNG probably should have spent that time rushing to there to try and get set up, because again, you are not, because there is that brief period of time after they took that tower where they started going away, where you're already leaving base, and you can just transition yourself towards that pit. They did not do that, and now BLG is just gonna grab that Drake, and instead what they're doing, they're trying to get a bit of damage onto that top tower, and since that tower's not going down, it's obviously not worth it. You're getting nothing out of it. Meanwhile, soldiers. So we're just sort of traveling along. That said, at this point, RNG has some deep vision inside that top jungle around Baron, top red, and that's important. And that's gonna be useful when Baron spawns in 2 minutes. I couldn't do math until it was really easy. So in 2 minutes, that's going to be useful. It's not useful right now. It was mildly there it's there mostly to defend the split pusher who was up there, but you should have known most of the team was going to be on bot side. Of course, there's a chance that they're like, oh, we know you're going to go bot side. We know you think we're going bot side, so we're going to go top side, kill the split pusher, and then you're not ready for it. Xiaolong Bao is deep, so he's looking to counter gank this. But yeah, Meteor didn't have tunnel vision. He was able to keep good attention and not get caught out. Means no one dies, but means their plans are foiled. But hey, you'd rather not get a kill than give up a kill and not get a kill. So I should talk about Aphelios a little bit. He's not doing anything unusual at the moment, but currently he's got Graviton, and I think he had Infernum. I think he's just about to run out of Graviton. And there we go. He's got Severum. He's got the pistol. He's got the lifesteal pistol. Okay, so I do like how RNG are running their lanes assignments right now. They're doing their absolute best to keep Xiaohu into Kingen, because it really wasn't working the other way around. Fofo on the Lissandra is probably going to do about the same amount of damage to the Aatrox as the Gangplank is, but you're able to mitigate that by the fact that you don't have the Lissandra beating up on the Aatrox and the LeBlanc beating up on the Lissandra beating up on the LeBlanc. Because Lissandra at the moment, not at the moment because she has no mana, but is able to hold on and pretty much not suffer from the suffer anything from the game plank. In fact, the game plank has a bit more difficulty going around. Is probably on the bad end of that matchup. So in the end, you're sort of going, one matchup's bad, one matchup is good, but that's better than, and that's of course a huge improvement to both our matchups are bad, and we're losing both our side lanes. So as it is right now, it's a very even game. The gold hasn't shifted since last time I looked, which probably wasn't as long ago as I think. Oh, Ethereal Chains land? No, okay. So we're out of it. I'm so used to stopping and expecting a play-by-play to start shouting what's happening. Should probably talk over it. Just keep talking. So now the Baron's starting. Baron is up. The dance begins. There is a Cloud Drake as well. So there are definitely worse ways for it to happen. Xiaohu going in, throws the Q, lands the Ethereal Chains. We're all good there. Dashes back out, throws in the Sigil. And so we are setting up around the Drake first. BLG has it. They're pulling it out of the pit. Xiaohu's dancing around looking for stuff. Nothing's happening. Lands the Sonic Wave. Smite goes down. And they're going to trade it for nothing. For a bit of mid lane damage. But being caught out like that has meant only... That was an interesting ult. Didn't really do anything. Gravitum ult doesn't really do much. I don't think. Doesn't do a whole lot. It especially didn't do a whole lot there. So in the end, they do end up getting the turret because they were able to keep... Because RNG is able to get the majority of BLG trapped in the jungle, not able to get to the minion wave on time. Kingan's there, but Gangplank wave clear. It's not the most guaranteed thing without ult. And ult would have been too slow to actually clear it in time. So, here we are right now. We have a few minutes. In 4 minutes, we're going to see the final dragon. We're going to see another dragon. And that one's going to be important for BLG, because BLG will want the soul. And RNG will want them not to have the soul. We all know that. And it's not too much of an issue. Sieging up onto the mid lane tower. Yeah, you've got so many men there. You're going to end up trading it for bot lane. You're okay with that, because mid lane tower, you've lost your mid lane tower. You don't want your opponent to have theirs. It's just too much control to seed. And an outlane and a outer tower bot for the mid lane outer, that's a fine trade. I mean, of course you don't want to trade. You want to just get. But why am I saying that? Everyone knows that. But you're more than happy for that trade. You know, at this point, you don't care too much. Kingan, if he plays it properly, he shouldn't be in too much danger. Wave management is very important, and BLG are not managing their waves super well, I don't think. They're doing alright, but Fofo, like, look what he's done. He's pushed that wave out, so now there are even waves. They should push slightly for BLG, because I think they're... No, it should push, in fact, for... RNG, because their average level is higher. Oh, and never mind. Xiao has just gone and pushed it. But the thing is, they need to actually play around their split pushes. Or rather, they should be trying to split push. And currently, RNG are doing a lot better at that. They are a bit slower to rotations and getting their objectives, but in these sort of situations where the only objective up is Baron and no one's really looking at it right now, they should 100% be looking to play around the split push more. Fofo is just looking to group mid, and I know Lissandra isn't the strongest split pusher in the world, and it's a bit hard when your bot lane is already pushed at the bot lane's already at the inhibitor tower, but you still need to be a bit more aggressive with your wave push. Because look at that right now. It's actually the bot lane is actually. That's right. It's in the favor of BLG. Alright. I just misread the minimap a bit. But so I know it's the safer option to do what Fofo's doing and just like walk in, just play it safe, slowly head towards it, just like push it out a little bit, group with your team. Media just got chunked out there. Okay, did not. I imagine a binding just landed and then it all went to hell. But this means they're gonna have to give it up. Yeah, that's gonna go down before they even have a chance. Kingen. It's alright. Oh, huge engage by the. Lands a little bit of damage onto Liang X. Oh no, no one died. How? No one died there. So what? Fofo goes in with the claw. Flash ults himself. Followed up by Jinma. Jinjiao's just poking on the back. Lands his Q, but lands his ult, but he's got the pointy one. He's got the sniper. He's got the sniper rifle, so it doesn't do a lot because it only lands on lane X. Yeah. All right. That's just unfortunate. That's just unfortunate, really. It's not that unfortunate. No one died. That's the point. It's unfortunate for me because no one died. And really, it's just all the engage happened, but there wasn't enough actual damage to come out of it because it was mostly Fofo and Shinmo versus the world. And yeah, they don't do a lot of damage. They really don't. I mean, what do you want from them? It's a Lissandra and a Leona. They don't do a lot. There's good vision up here. So there's a couple of control wards here, and it's very defensive from BLG, but the coverage into the jungle is really good. Into the pit is really nice from RNG. They've got that pretty much down. They just need to sort of push it over the river and get it into BLG's jungle. Oh. Meanwhile, Aphelios now has his Runards, which I maintain should never have become a crit item. AoE crits are just absurd. And then you get things like this, and it's absurd. I'm just still forever tilted by the amount of AoE damage Jinx can get, and now Aphelios can get. It should never have been a crit. It should not be a crit item. Anyway, so both teams have sort of moved in and tried to clear out a little bit of the wards around, but none have committed their sweepers to it just yet. Not properly, at least. And, Kingan able to chunk out the Lee Sin. That's important. He's got an orange, so he's not too worried about the dark bindings. But BLG are grouping up as 5 around this Baron. They do not want it to go to RNG. Meanwhile, RNG are like, alright, we will take this time, and we will push the lane in bottom. And you either have to respond to it, or you can put but BLG are just going to say, no, we're doing our own thing. We're using this as support for Fofo, who's bringing in the top wave. Very good. Very smart from them. So, yeah, Meteor caught out. And this Black Shield is just completely shutting down Leona's attempts to interrupt the bullet time. Just the Black Shield just stops the Solar Flare in its tracks every single time. And Kingan and Lang Jing are very, very farmed. Meanwhile, oh, never mind. Xiao Hu is picking up all the farm. I want to see the gold totals. I want to see the gold totals. Show them to me. Show me them. I want to see how far Kingan is ahead of Langax. I need this. Because he's ahead in CS by about 30 still. So that 30 CS deficit hasn't shifted. But, you know, he's Gangplank. He's got that he's got his passive. Okay. So the next Cloud Drake's coming up. BLG are not giving this one up. They say, they're like, no, we want it. We need this. We want this soul. Xiaohu's looking for a bit of a flank. Dragon's been started. The Dark Binding goes wide. Make it rain coming down. Langax looking for something. Big barrel combo chunks out XLB. Zhenmao goes in. Zhongbao steals the dragon, but now he's caught. Fofo goes in. Langax, the Guardian Angel, is popped. Bullet time comes out. Meteor goes into stopwatch, but it's enough to disengage. And Xiao and Bao basically ends up saving that by taking it right out from under their noses. That's pretty crucial. And that top tower was very low. If that had gone down and RNG had managed to sneak away that dragon, whew. Anyway, this game is great. I'm loving it. It's so close to just breaking open. And RNG, Xiaolongbao is doing a lot for them right now. He's managed stealing that dragon and not giving up his life in the process is very important. Honestly, I'm amazed that the only kills, one was the solo kill, and for first blood, and then there was one gank that succeeded and got a kill. This is the LMS. This isn't the LPL at all. Jinjiao, are you actually Little V? Kingan, is that rest? I don't know. BLG is just J Team in disguise. Actually, that's not true. They have a jungler. I'm sorry, Hana. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry, Hana, at all. Anyway. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Kingan's looking for something. Nothing's gonna come from it. That Black Shield is really just denying a lot. Like, Meteor probably could have gotten that if there wasn't a Black Shield on there. Meteor probably could have looked for Body Slam, Flash, Cask. I don't know. Might have been able to grab Betty, because Betty has no summoners. But yeah, Black Shield, you're not gonna get anything out of that. So looking at flashes, it's Kingen, Meteor, Jinjiao, Xiaohu, and Xiaolongbao. And that means there's still playmaking potential on the Lee Sin and the Gragas, and then there's a lot of defense, and then there's good defense from a couple of the carries of BLG. You can still make plays with them without it, but yeah. Why do I keep? Anyway, so they're starting a Baron. RNG's bottom wave is heavily pushing in their favor. We see their top wave is as well. This is just the wave management from RNG has been far better than BLG's this game, and it's making this very difficult for BLG. Someone has to go collect that bot wave. Someone has to go get that top wave. The two Salt... no. Kingen's going to go get that bot wave. Fofo's probably going to go collect the top wave now. But it's just... they couldn't do it. They need to control their waves. They need to make sure the waves are pushed past the river in their favor, but they're not actually pushing their waves properly. They're trying to set up slow pushes, but they're not giving themselves enough space to do it. Because look, there's a slow push happening now, bot side, and Zhao is just going to go push it back in. So there's no point in this. Now Kingham might be caught, because he might be doing what I told him he should be doing. And, because he pushed on it faster. Oh, and that sweeper was super important. Saw the shadow of the LeBlanc and knew, alright, I gotta go. Dodges the chains. But yeah, see, now they're in a position where the bot wave is in their favor. Unfortunately, now they're looking for Dragon. And they need their top wave to be in that position. So the top wave is actually pushing against them. They didn't set the waves properly. Oh, BLG, what are you doing? Fofo, you did your wave wrong, man. And now RNG have the Cloud Soul. Are you kidding me? Bet he's gonna go down for it eventually. And Ming went down too, I suppose. But and they gave up position over the dragon. They lost it. They had 3 chances to get that soul, and every single time they lost it, and RNG got the dragon. So now BLG are like, okay, we have to take Baron now. And RNG are gonna let it go. They know we can. We can stall it out for a little bit. We can just stall it out, and then we have soul. You don't have Baron anymore. It's BLG. And and a lot of it comes back to their wave management. I truly think that if they'd set up their wave better, if they'd set up their waves better, they would have forced better situations, or at the very least, had to trade more. Had better situations for trades. Now that second one, like the second time they lost the Drake, first time they lost the Drake, that was fine. I get it. You're like, oh, okay, we can give this one up, and I'm pretty sure they got something from it. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. Second time, like, they almost had it, and then Xiaolongbao basically got out with the steal that he really shouldn't have, and that's fine. You lose the steal. It sucks, but it happens. It's fine. Just get the next one. This one they just give it up completely, and they had no reason to. They had no need to. But this Baron is, thankfully, going to do work for them. And holy crap, Leona is very tanky. I don't know how this champion's allowed to be so tanky as a support. It's absurd. Like, Alistair I get, because, I mean, he has to use his ult for that. But, oh man, Leona... I fear the day Leona becomes a viable top laner. I'd almost prefer she was a top laner than a support. It's absurd. Look. Anyway, as we can see, the waves are still pushing in the favor of RNG. Bot lane still in their favor. It's not as big a problem because you're knocking on the doors with two of them, but you should have set up that slow push, because if you set up the slow push, you wait for it, you punch the two lanes, you wait for the third wave to build up huge and slowly reach the turret, then you hit it with a massive wave with like 2 or 3 cannon minions, and you just use them to knock the tower down. Instead, BLG just get a little bit of chip damage onto the mid and top turrets, top inhibs. Well, they managed to knock down everything outside the base, but BLG, please do the thing where you set up your waves properly. Well, I might have been wrong there. Oh no, I was wrong. What I thought was... No, I was wrong. I'm sorry. That entire round was completely uncalled for. BLG had done their waves properly. It was slow pushing for them. I just misread the blips on the minimap. That's my bad. I take full responsibility for it. And now Xiaohu has left it. So I think... No, he's just left it. So it's still going to push for BLG. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Fofo, don't hate me. Oh, dear. Alright, setting up around the dragon again. Just getting your vision down. Elder's in a minute. This is important. Elder wins games. Whoever gets this will win the game. And my god. Okay, you can survive Elder Drake, obviously. But if BLG gets this, they have a gold lead. They should win the game. If RNG gets this, they have a Dragon Soul. They should win the game. It's pretty close. It's within 5,000 gold. It should be whoever gets this Drake either wins the game or is in a position to win the game afterwards. As in, like, all 3 inhibs are down and there's nothing the other team could do. Because when you get it, you just bully. You have so much. You have that execute damage, and you just bully them down. You're essentially taking a player out of the game with the amount of health that you remove. Xiaolongbao is going on a very sneaky mission. deep behind enemy lines, and the Drake has spawned. Shinra is looking for him, but he doesn't see him. Top wave in RNG's favour. Thank you to the observers, I guess. They are going to get that tower for free. Now RNG are going to look for that turret, but the wave is cut, and BLG are starting it up. Started up. Betty, they are going for a base race? This is a terrible idea. This is a terrible decision. This is terrible. They get the inhibitor, but that was terrible. No, that was a terrible idea. Oh no, I know that's awful. That's awful. So you see, okay, we see the wave up there. Oh, look, we can go get it, but that cedes it. That completely cedes control, and I guess they're like, hey, Lee Sin, steal that Drake for us, mate. You got this. And I mean, if he steals it, like, I guess they win, but they don't. Actually, even then, I don't think they do. It means they back, and then they have a bit of a fight, and they probably get more out of it, RNG does, but then they... And see, now, like, it's like, you've got Elder Drake, and now because of that, you've had to give up Baron. Yeah, they give up Baron as well, and you can't fight for this Baron. So then they back. And what does RNG do from here? Now you can't clear waves. Now you can't fight them. You just lose from here. With both buffs, you can't do anything. And BLG should essentially just run it down mid and win the game. Kingan's just like, yeah, we'll make sure the super minions are pushed in so they can't backdoor. And then, yeah, so look, now we're past River. He's just going to come down, join the team. They don't care about that wave anymore. They don't need to. They can win. They just push in the inhibitor and look for a fight. Xiaohu's looking for something. I guess if he can eliminate Jin Jiao, it's fine, but there's nothing he can do. Oh, he chunks out Fofo, but that's the power of Elder Drake, isn't it? Yep. Doesn't take much. So first Nexus Tower, leading up, they're coming in. Barrel chain lands on the Ming, flash forward from Jin Jiao, blows him up with the execute. Explosive barrel guns down, gets countered by the Black Shield. Lang X is doing his best, and the Nexus explodes. Okay. What was that base race? You can't give up Elder Dragon like that. You can't do that. If they had done that sort of move for a soul, maybe. I mean, it's Cloud Soul. You can do it for that soul, I think. And be fine with it. Sure. You can't do that for Elder. And from there, if BLG had lost the game after getting that Elder, unless it was a case of Xiaolongbao stole it, if Xiaolongbao had stolen that, yeah, I guess they are within their rights to lose. But if he had stolen it, I would have just been very depressed for BLG, because they should have had Soul 3 times over. Oh, what is this game? What is this? What was that game? Alright. Alright. Moving on for game 3.